Today is Saturday. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving and the Saturday after Black Friday. And I did a little research both for you and for me because I was curious how many cars I sold on Black Fridays in the past. So we went back to 2014 and I'm gonna run through this with you. 2014 I sold 1, 2015 I sold 1, 2016 great day, sold 3, 2017 sold 1, 2018 another great day, sold 3, 2019 sold 1, 2020 sold 2, blanked out in 21 and in 22 and did nothing. Yesterday did 1. The one car I did sell yesterday was a spot delivery, which means they came in, they bought it, they took it home the same day. It was a 2024 white Trailblazer LT front wheel drive. Basically the same vehicle as this one right here, which we also have in black. The 2024 model did get some updates to the front end here compared to the 2023, and then the big difference is on the inside of the vehicle, where inside you will see that you have like the full digital dash. This is very reminiscent of what you would see in a Trax, and it gives you just a really nice interface to work with. It looks great, it works great, it's super easy. You do have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so just a really nice updated interior, which not bad for a vehicle that MSRPs for $25,595. Later in the day, I did have 3 other customers come in, so it was a relatively busy Black Friday for me. Now, since my last video, which was like 3 weeks ago, there's been some updates to the store. The first one, Jackie, our saleswoman here, she left. She got a great opportunity that she could not refuse, so she is no longer in the car business, and she left, and now we are down to 4 salespeople, which again, for us that are left, means we're gonna sell more cars. We're gonna work harder, we may put some extra time in, but we're gonna sell more and make more money. That is until they hire somebody new. What do we got going on for today? So today, Saturday, I do have an appointment coming in on this vehicle. It was one of the customers I had here yesterday. He was looking at this for his son. He wanted to go home, kind of talk out the options, lease versus finance, and then come back in today. So we did confirm an appointment around 1 o'clock where they will be back. Now, we are having some inventory issues, like we have been for the last, year and a half, 2 years. So this is the only Trailblazer front wheel drive I have left. They really want the car in white, and I do have a white one in one of our other locations. So if you put this deal together and they really want the white, we'll try to get them that one. If not, all I can really offer at the moment is this black one, or they can take something that's inbound. This is actually a list of all the Trailblazers we have coming in, and we have a bunch of Chevy Traxes coming in. So that inventory has been flowing in regularly. We've been turning it real fast. So as these vehicles come in, they're either sold before they arrive or very shortly thereafter. What we don't have a lot of is like the Tahoe Suburban and Traverse. Let me show you our board in the back. As you can see here on our inventory board, we are sold out of the Corvette, the Camaro, the Malibu, the Bolt. We're also sold out of Tahoe and Suburban, Silverado 2500, which I think we just got one in actually. We have a bunch of Silverado 1500s. We have a bunch of Chevy Equinoxes. Those are the 2 vehicles that we had the most of. I got 1 Trax available, 3 Trailblazers, 2 Blazers, 2 Traverses, and that 1 Blazer EV out front. And that's it right now. That's our new car inventory. Now, the one good thing about having so many Equinoxes and Silverados is for November and into December, Costco is having their rebate program where if you're a Costco member, you save an additional $1,000 on those specific vehicles. Both the Equinox, which I had this whole row, and I got a bunch scattered in here, and also on the Silverado. Where personally we're gonna have a problem is with something like the Traverse. I'm down to my last 2. These are both 3LT premium package Traverses with the sunroof, a very popular vehicle in our area. We sell a ton of these, and due to the UAW strike, they haven't built these for a month or so. I don't even know actually to date if the factory's open. I'm not really sure, but if it's not yet, it should be, because I just checked our system and we have I think like 15 or 16 more 2023s that are slated for production starting November 27th. So we'll get some more Traverses in. They're going to be the 2023. If you haven't heard yet, that new redesign 24 that everyone's been raving about, that it looks great, that's actually going to get delayed. It's going to get pushed out, and they're going to do a 2024 model, which will be a carryover. So it's going to be the same as what we have here. They're going to call it the Traverse Limited, and they're going to run that for, I don't know, a certain period of time into 2024 before they introduce that new redesigned model. I'll take you for a walk to our Silverados and show you. We do got a couple of highlights. We have a ZR2. Now this is pretty special because it has the 3-liter Duramax diesel engine in it. So fully loaded model with the Duramax. Actually, I'm sorry, it's not fully loaded because it does not have a sunroof. MSRP on this vehicle is $76,310. If you're looking for a really cool ZR2 with a diesel, we have one. We also recently got in 5 single cab work trucks. Now we order all these 4-wheel drive, and we ordered all but one with the 8-foot bed. So this truck right here, does have the standard box, which is the 6.5 foot. Everything else has the 8-foot bed. Generally, when we sell these trucks, people look for the 8-foot bed because they're using it for work. It's going to be a construction type vehicle. You know, contractors, electricians, you know, people that want to put plywood and drywall and things like that in the truck to transport it around. However, we did order a short bed. Personally, I always like the single cab with the standard box, like that shorter bed style. I think, and I still want one. I want the one in the past. I bought the Bolt instead. But you know, I always thought this would be cool to get one of these and just completely mod it out and hook it up. And maybe one day I'll actually do that. You know, right now it just doesn't make sense for me to do it now. So that's a little update for you. We did have a Z06 leave yesterday, and this was the car that was traded in for it, which I really want to make a video about this because that is awesome. I think that car listed out at like 150,000 new. I'm not even sure what it is. I'm not familiar with that high end of a Mercedes, but that's pretty much your update. I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna get ready for my appointment that should be in shortly on that Trailblazer, and I'll keep you posted throughout the day. Let's see if we can write some deals. Trailblazer customer just showed up with their son. This way he can take a look at the vehicle. We're gonna pull the black one around, let him check it out, let him drive it, and then see if we can still keep the deal together on that one, or do we have to try to bring in and locate the white one. My hope is that when he sees the black, he kind of falls in love with it and says, yeah, this is a nice vehicle, I'll take this one. If that's the case, numbers are all set, so it should be super easy. All right, I'm just filming this in the garage real quick. My customer's here. I brought the black truck around. They're checking it out. They might go with the black one. Right now, the wife wants white. We have a white one in another location. So I told them, if you want us to get that one, we'll do what we can. We'll most likely get it here by Monday, as long as it's available, and we can lock it in. Or if you want to take the car home today, you take the black one. So it's just a family debate right now on which one they want. I think it's 2 against 1 for the black one. So hopefully that's the one they take, and we can just spot it right now. They're just outside discussing it yet. So I'm gonna sit here and just wait till they come back in. The verdict is in. They want the white one. It's funny, the wife wants the white one and she's wearing a white jacket, and the father and the son are wearing a black jacket. So like, yeah, you could definitely tell that there's preferences on color there. So they're gonna get her what she wants. I just gotta make sure I can get it from my other location. I'm waiting for Sal to come back. He'll be here in a second to work up the new number, because this one is $395 more because it has the 1.3 liter turbo versus the one I have here has the 1.2 liter turbo. We'll rework up the sale price, the payment on it, and everything like that, and we'll put the deal together subject to locate. Every now and then you get a really cool vehicle on trade. Like I mentioned earlier, this was a trade on a Z06 that Dave Freeman had sold. Now, what do we know about this particular car other than nothing, because I have zero experience with something like this. This is a 2019. It's a Mercedes GTC. It's got a V8. It's a bi-turbo. Obviously, it's a 2-door convertible. It is a beautiful looking car, and I just want to show you around it real quick while we have it here. This car will most likely go to auction, will not last long, and we're not going to probably retail it here at the store. The first thing I'll point out, because I was in this vehicle earlier, like I mentioned in a lot of videos, I'm 6'5". This is a tight car for me. It's not something that I could drive and be comfortable for any length of time, but let me hop in and just show you, what I found checking this vehicle out. Just getting into vehicle can be somewhat of a challenge. As you can see, I got to really bend my head to get in. My leg is hitting the steering wheel. I can get in, but it's tight. Now, once inside, we're going to reach all the way down low here, and we're going to manipulate our seat buttons to obviously drop the seat down a little bit for me. There's probably a memory setting set, because every time I get in, it's back to where I can't fit. What I do notice is as you move the back of the seat, like to recline it, if it hits, it automatically moves the seat forward. If you move the seat too far back, it automatically reclines forward to kind of adjust it to where it could actually fit. I would say this right here would be my seating position. Again, I can fit, I have a little bit of headroom, 1.5 inches, not even, maybe an inch. You know, the steering wheel's a proper distance away. What feels very close are the pedals. I can't really get a full extension even if I go under the brake or, you know, on the side here. I always have a bit of a bend in my knee, so it's just tight. Like for me personally, not the most comfortable car. When you're looking forward, I'm sitting up pretty high. This is about my eye level. The hood is massive, and I could only see you know, half of what's there. I would say, to be fair with my vision, I am seeing pretty much to about here, like the high point of the car, and then you still have another like 3.5 feet, 3 feet worth of hood on the front of this car, because the hood is just completely massive. All the majority of the car is the front, and then you're sitting very, very far back, pretty much on the rear wheel, with a small little overhang there with the small trunk that the car has, which can fit maybe a duffel bag or two. Inside, I have the key with me. We're gonna hit engine start, stop, start her up. The car sounds amazing. Sounds real great. Again, this is a V8 twin turbo. There's a lot of stuff in here that, again, I know nothing about because I have no experience with it. But what I did notice is it looks like there's a couple different modes here. For race modes, you have I, C, S, and S+. It does change the sound of the exhaust, which I don't know if you can hear that. But I mean, it sounds like a flat out race car. If I go back to I, oh, that's individual settings. Hold on, it's telling me right here on the screen. All right, so that was I. Then we have comfort for C, sport, and sport plus. You'll see you have engine, suspension, transmission, and comfort settings there. I don't know if any of that can be modified or if it's just a fixed setting or you know, parameters. And there's race. I didn't realize that was just the icon showing you what these settings are. You do have a race setting as well. So again, what's happening when you do that is changing parameters of engine, shift points, transmission, suspension, exhaust. You can see you have individual buttons here where you can press to have the sport on, or sport plus exhaust. Engine start, stop, deactivate. It's a manual transmission mode, I guess. Every time I'm pressing these buttons, it's showing us a screen on here and changing to different modes. Pretty cool. Definitely, I gotta imagine a big learning curve, especially for someone like me who's used to Chevrolet where everything's touchscreen. You know, this is not a touchscreen radio. Everything's gonna go through this little trackpad slash mouse with this wheel. So you're gonna have to learn how to use all this and integrate it to that. Or I would like to imagine that this would have voice control where you can do a lot of things by voice. But you know, an amazing amount of technology in this car. As far as the interior itself, I love it. I love the brown interior seats with the black contrast. You got the nice stitching patterns on the door panels, brown stitching on the black portions as well as on the brown, and then just a whole load of carbon fiber on your interior stack, also on your door panels. So really done up well. And I've also noticed there's a lot of speakers on the car. I mean, there's speakers down on the floor, there's speakers on the door, speakers up on the dash. There's even speakers in the trunk area, maybe like a sub or something like that. So I bet the radio system in this is phenomenal. It's a really nice car. And it should be a really nice car considering I think the base MSRP on these is like $150,000 back in 2019. I don't know exactly what this one went for. There's no window sticker in the car, so unfortunately I can't kind of go through the options with you, which is what I really wanted to do and see how much this car actually is. But I'm very impressed. I think it's really nice. I don't know what your thoughts are, if anyone's ever driven one or been in one. To me, really cool car. And you know, I was really excited that it got traded in. It was just something I can check out that I've never seen or been in before. You always find it funny when I get in a vehicle like this that I have no experience with and I'm making a video. I'm just doing it, you know, improv, right? I'm just talking as I see things. So you really end up getting tongue-tied and you end up just blabbing and blabbing and blabbing about stuff that you're seeing in the moment. Let's open up the trunk here. Unlock trunk, show you what kind of storage we have in the back. Now this is with the top up. I imagine the top's gonna be inside here, so you should have the same amount of cargo space whether that top is up or down. Car came with all the manuals. We do have a first aid kit. We have a battery tender, front plate bracket, and a car cover. All came with the vehicle. And I also want to pop the hood just to show you this V8 twin turbo. The hood latch is all into the bottom here. And there you go. Lift this all the way up. Just a massive engine bay. You know, this engine looks huge in here, and obviously we got some big plastics covering everything, but you can look under here, you can see your twin turbos right up on top. You got your battery section here on the left, brake booster on the right, isolated from the rest of the engine compartment the way it's designed. Really pretty cool. And you have this vehicle that was handcrafted, Mercedes AMG Germany, by let's pronounce this name, Vimukti Krisik. What's that? Yeah, I just bought it. Just gotta drive in the back, park it, and then my appointment should be here any second on that Trailblazer. I tried to knock this out. In the video, you may have already learned about what happened with that Trailblazer because I filmed this right before they were supposed to show up. We also had a client come in on a Traverse. Previous customer of mine, their Traverse lease is actually up in December at the very end of the month. So we're gonna try to get them out of that car now and into a new one by the end of the month, work them up an aggressive deal. Still way more than what they're paying on the current one, but an aggressive deal for today's times. And if that doesn't work, we have 3 Traverses being built that are the same package they're looking for. Those are gonna be built sometime first week of December, which means they'd probably show up in January. So if we put their name on one of those, they'll have to extend their lease 1 month, and then when the car shows up in January, we'll be able to, you know, get them out of the old one and into the new one. Dave Friedman there, working with some customers on a used Traverse. We're doing business. We're a little busy today, which is nice. I just sold the Trailblazer, the white one. We did write it up. My customers left. You know, we put a deposit on the car. We write up a deal as if we physically have it here, and then I just had to wait for the response from my other location. We got that response. We got the vehicle. So we'll be picking it up probably on Monday morning sometime, Monday afternoon, and then I get it here. My customer could take delivery. So that's good news. And I guess you can kind of consider that a Black Friday weekend deal, because the customer was physically here yesterday. They had to go home, talk to their wife, their son, see exactly what they wanted to do. They did decide to purchase it rather than lease. In any event, we wrote the deal today. So it started Friday, we finished it up on Saturday on paper, and they'll take physical delivery once we get the vehicle physically here, right? So it's a multi-day operation, but we got the deal done. I didn't think of that. What I should have done was actually not only looked into what I sold on Black Friday years past, I should have looked at what I sold, you know, that weekend as well, Saturdays too, you know, just to kind of see how many cars happened on that weekend between the Friday and the Saturday. Still available, the black LT front-wheel drive Trailblazer. If anyone's in the market and you're local in New Jersey, come on down, see us, and make yourself a purchase.